look at my beautiful girlfriend. Look at beautiful talent. Well, I'm glad you're loving it, Rach. You want to try the different time slots? Do you know what I mean? I want to try the different time slots. See how it works out.
Enamel Active Shield toothpaste gives 2 times the enamel defense. And
hey, we'll keep tapping and sharing, guys. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get up to 50k and then we'll start. Let's keep tapping. Sorry, babe. Afternoon, the tea. Glad you're here, tea. You can pin all the comments. We need to start doing boxes more, you know, tea. Do you know, for discussions, we need to open boxes. Everyone's saying, Ricksta, why don't you open your boxes? I usually do. I want to start. I just forget. Especially when we're talking about serious topics. I forget. You've got to remind me. Guys, everyone tap and share. Please get your heart beats and your bracelets in. We're about to do an FYP show. Big up, Ellie. Thank you for the bracelets.
All affairs of state, he was the man to please. But he was real great when he had a girl to squeeze. For the queen, he was no wheeler dealer. Though she heard the things he done, she believed he was a holy healer who would be her son. Rah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. There was a cat that really was gone. Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine. It was a shame how he carried on.
But when his drinking, lusting, and his hunger for power became known to more and more people, the demands to do something about this outrageous man became...
Hello, Chujo. Hello, Widow. How are you doing? I haven't seen you for a while. How's everything? I'm glad you're here, Widow. You're here to tap and share. Guys, everyone tap and share. Let's get these likes up. Let's do this FYP show. Hello, Karen. My mum's name is Karen. That's all I like the name Karen. And when people say, oh God, she's being a Karen. He's being a Karen. I think, yeah, don't you dare say anything about my mum. That's my mum's name. She wasn't a Karen. Even though she was a Karen, she wasn't that way like a Karen. Do you understand? She changed it to like Marge or something like that. Being a Marge.
Lots of hidden charms. So he was a broom, they just fell into his arms.
I mean, Kaz, leave that name alone. Karens are ruthless. Ruthless Karens.
Come to visit, as they kept demanding, and he really came. Rah, rah, Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. They put some poison into his wine. Rah, rah, Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine.
These lights need to get off. I hope you're tapping to. I hope you've got your tapper. I mean, like, nobody knows we're live because no one's tapping.
Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen. They didn't quit, they wanted his head. Rah, rah, Rasputin, Russia's greatest love machine. And so they shot him till he was dead.
Rah, rah, Rusketeer. I don't know what Rusketeer means, Wilburn. What does that mean? What's...
Rasputin.
No, he never. He put Rusketeer. Rah, rah, Rusketeer. He's put Rusketeer. W song he's put. I don't even know what that means. Oh, you got the wrong song. What's this? What's this? I've never heard this before. What's this? One word. It's the Russian song. Oh, yeah.
There's something buried in the rush, a single star in a crowded sky. Is it a moment, a touch, a dream, a word, a wait, or a reason
Never heard this before. Ever?
Through the noise, through the haze, one whisper lights my days.
I like this one.
Panadol
Like
liquid
Rihanna.
capsules.
Blame me. Shit. Shit. What does that say, Rihanna Jones? Shit, what? What's that? I bet you like this one, though. Keep tapping and sharing. Well, the afternoon is a troll run. Just want to see how we get on. Oh, the song wasn't good, wasn't it? I didn't like it. It's crap. Hello, Ali. Hello, Ali.
Feeling is real, Johnny. We're sorry. Won't you come on home? We're worried. Won't you come on? What is wrong in my life?
Hello, Rach. Please hit your heart rate and bracelets and share, guys.
Johnny,
People will probably be shocked that Ricksta's live in the afternoon.
we're sorry.
We always do the 9 o'clock slot, don't we?
I jerked off twice today, but I still didn't get no satisfaction. I jerked off twice today, but I
Where will you stay? Big city life. It's not what they say,
Yeah.
Johnny. We're sorry. Won't you come on home? We're worried. Won't you come on? What is wrong in my life? That I must get drunk every night, Johnny.
Trying to reenact it.
We're sorry.
Oh, vampire patty. You say his teeth. The teeth, mate. Is that close? Is that close, Patty? Oh,
Everything's cold. Can't find a room.
evil, savage words. You know, the evil always come after me, DZ. Always coming after the Ricksta.
Nowhere to see.
The Ricksta's all over the FYP. This is why I can't believe we got 10,000 people in here. The Ricksta's all across TikTok.
Nothing to feel.
Hey,
Nowhere to go home.
some of these creators, I don't care what anyone says, boring bastards. At least I'm controversial.
Won't you come on home?
I want to suck your blood.
We're worried. Won't you come?
I want to suck your blood.
Are you going to start this show?
I'm going to start it.
You make a thing soon.
Yeah. All right. All right, we're starting. Anyway, the first thing I want to play, guys, right, is this absolute tool, right? And he is a tool. He thinks he's funny, and he's not funny. He's got no clout. He's boring. I'm just calling it out for what it is. You know, not because I don't like him. He's a bit of a sausage, but he supports obviously EQ, and then he's taking the piss out of Misread, and he's like, he hasn't even really got a personality. Just even the way he talks, it's like literally at one mode. I'm telling you, Misread, don't come for me. And Ricksta, I'm coming for you. And if you keep talking about me, Ricksta, right, I'm gonna come for you. And then I'm gonna come for Talia and Miss Red. I don't fuck with me because I will turn up at your door with my family. He's monotone. It's just like, listen to him, and he's boring, and he thinks he's like.
So, Mrs. Red, I came into your life today. Yeah.
I came into your life today.
Yeah. And you, all your mods, muted me. Now.
You and your mods, you muted me. How dare you mute me? Like, who does he think he is? You know what I mean? Now he thinks he's but he ain't funny. The only likes he gets is off the Evil Army because he keeps, go over there and everybody who supports me, Evil Army, like their post. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise you'd get one like, but it's crap.
I want to know why you muted me for. Is it because I'm down with Evil Queen? I don't know, but
they muted you because you're just boring as a loaf of bread. You know, you're just boring. You got one monotone. You are boring. That's what they're saying. It. You're boring. You are boring. Whatever comes out your mouth is boring. Do you know what I mean? Oh God.
Is it because I've got a bag on my head?
I'm no disrespect you, but you need to keep that bag on your head because I swear to God, it gives you such improvements. It really does. Look, I swear to God, do you prefer him without the bag on his head or the bag on his head? Personally, I think he looks better with the bag on his head. But it's the monotone. Miss Red, why did you mute me? Like, God, why do people even get followers? I don't understand.
I just need to know. Don't you change the colour of my bag on my head? I don't know if this will suit me.
That definitely does suit you. It's like, it ain't even funny. Like, it's not funny. I'm not laughing. I don't use a lot of laughing. This is boring, monotone, boring, completely and utterly. And I'm only playing it because it's so boring. Honestly, God, right, God is my witness. I am playing this because it's so pity boring. And the only likes he gets is because of the other one saying, hey, look, anyone who supports me likes. True. It's like, oh, God.
Hope this is not a bit racist, you know, but I just want, you know, what? Can't we wear a bag on our heads anymore? Eh? What? We're not simply the best. So, Mrs. Red, yeah, I think it's...
Now he's got a dirty flannel on his head. He's gone from a bag on his head to a black bag on his head to a dirty flannel that he hasn't cleaned. He's probably been wiping his backside with it, look. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, well, I started now, Sharon, just because I've got something to do in a bit, and I'll be back on tonight. I just thought I'd give it a try. But look at it, he's got a dirty flannel where he's been wiping his back.
It's best that you just let me in your life so I can have an opinion. It's not fair. just for the bagheads. So
he's got less than 2,000 followers. He's probably had that account for about 10 years. Oh, I don't know.
Mrs.
Anyway, guys, he's just absolute boring. Big up, Tammy. Thank you for the hand heart. Just boring. Anyway, let's get back to what I was going to play. Right. So Alpha Bar was on a rage, and I quite agree. I agree to what this lady's saying. So let me know what you think. Obviously, you know what's been brought in the European courts about now. Obviously, whatever you were born biologically, that's obviously the toilet you've got to use. Now, I think the NHS are handing out keys for the trans community to use disabled toilets. Do you know what I mean? If they don't want them and things like that. But this is what this lady's got to say. And I think Alpha Bar brings shame on the trans community with how aggressive she can be sometimes and how violent. But yeah, listen to what this lady says about Alpha Bar. This was last night.
Again last night, but it's getting very serious this time. Let's get into it. I'm not laughing at this. I want to quickly point out I'm going to make a second video after this is posted to do with something else they said in this live stream because it was so horrific. Ever since this court ruling, it's very clear that Elphaba is feeling threatened. And I truly feel, this is my opinion, that this court ruling has been done because of individuals like Elphaba. And I do have a lot of empathy for those who have really gone through and put a lot of emotional and physical time and care, and let's be honest, financial time into transition themselves. And then to have this happen because of someone like Elphaba. But essentially last night, I believe, Elphaba was going crazy online, calling women bitches online, being very hostile and aggressive towards her young following. Then said that they'd like to do the kitchen utensil thing again. I'm sure we all sadly know about that incident. Then started saying, this is what I'm going to do to anyone who disagrees with me or doesn't like me. And then started punching the wall countless times, or whether it was the bed frame, I'm not too sure, saying how they can't control their anger and that they shouldn't have to. This is an individual that wants to be allowed into women's only spaces that will also include young children. You can't control your anger, you shouldn't be in any definitive space, you should be getting help. Saying that you essentially want to go around punching women is horrific. As I said on my story, this person, in my opinion, needs an intervention. Something needs to happen before something serious happens. And I mean that in the sense before they do something horrific or someone else.
And this is not me being nasty. Really, do you know what I mean? I'm not being nasty towards Alpha Bar at all. But when she's obviously physically born a male, right, and then she said she wants to go around. She said it. She said it on her live. She's going to go around. She don't agree with the new laws that have come out. All women are bitches. You can just go and see it's on the FYP. And then she turned around and said, "This, I'll start punching women in the face." And then if a man then defended the lady that Alpha Bar punched in the face and then hit her, he'd be screaming from the rooftops that she's a lady, she's in the trans community, she shouldn't have been hit or attacked by a male, even though she says she's going to start punching, she'll punch ladies in the face. Do you understand what I mean? Even though she's naturally stronger than a female, and that's not about being nasty, that's the truth of the matter. But that's what she said. She don't agree with anybody who don't agree with her, she'll punch him in, and she started punching the walls. Then she turned around and talked about getting knives out, and I'll do what I did for attention. And then she goes, any woman in the street who don't agree, I'll punch him up, punch him in the face. But if I was, say, someone like me to restrain Alpha Bar for punching a lady in the face, and I got physical with her for hitting a woman, you'd come for me like no tomorrow. You'd literally come for me and say, "Oh, Ricky, how could you grab her up? She's trans, she's going through the transition of becoming a lady, you're out of order, you hit a woman." Do you understand? So when this woman's turned around and say this, like the new ruling, I think Alpha Bar brings shame into the trans community for being so aggressive and violent and stuff. As rather than, if you want to talk about it, at least be diplomatic. How you doing, Anonymous? At least be diplomatic and have a talk. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think Alpha Bar's the most stupidest person ever. I'm giving it a try, Jay. Did you know what it is? I'll give it a try. Because I'm self-employed, I wanted to see what it was like at 2:30 compared to 9 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? But we're just giving it a try and see. So that's what I'm saying. So Alpha Bar, you can see it in her face there, how aggressive and angry she is. She should be, if she's not happy with what's coming into the European system and the courts, that she needs to go to the, you know what I mean? She needs to talk about it in other ways. Punching the wall, threatening to use knives, threatening to call women bitches. Anyone who don't agree with that and women in the streets are going to punch him up. That's the wrong message to send anybody, especially if you're unhappy with the decision. You've just made it a lot worse for yourself. Alpha Bar, she hasn't she? She's made it like, I have trans friends, she doesn't support Alpha. Oh, there you go, Trisha. And I think she brings a bad name to that. She will get attacked in our toilets, I bet. Understand what I'm saying? Yes, that's it. Anyway.
Frankly does something to them, because I think both are likely. It's very clear to me that certain substances were taken last night from Alphaba because of this erratic behaviour, especially after what they said, which I'm going to make another video on. As I said, this individual is dangerous to young people and to women. It's one thing if I'm out with my friends and we go, "Oh bitch, you're stupid," or something like that, right? It's in a comedic sense. Going to the camera and going and all this type of being very hostile and aggressive, I can't.
You're being sarcastic, Anonymous.
can't even do it, right? It feels very misogynistic, and it's very clear to me, male anger. I feel like some of it might be to do with the fact that they're in a women's only hostel at the moment. Could they not be there anymore? Are they not allowed to stay? I don't know. But that live stream last night was horrific. But I want this individual taking offline and an intervention happening for their own safety and frankly everyone else's. That again last night, but it's getting...
Like I said, I hate to be controversial, but I've got to be, before you say, I don't want to be attacked for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I've got a lot of transgender friends, and I really have. I've got a very close transgender friend of mine who introduced me and Talia together. So if it wasn't for him, we would not be together, right? But he's a lovely, lovely guy. He's a good guy. But I think some people, the likes of the person I really cannot, I don't like, and I'm not going to mention a name, and Alpha Bar, bring really shame to the trans community because they're very aggressive, they're very violent, they're very sick in how they talk and how they go on. Do you understand? And I think they bring shame on that. So when it's being ruled in and people seeing the likes of Alpha Bar and the likes of the other one go act the way they act, then people are like, I'm glad this new law system's been brought into place. Do you understand? Because they're very big creators on the app. So people are looking up to them. They're looking up to them and thinking, you should be showing us a lot more of the nice side, but you're not. You're showing this nasty, horrible side, very unhinged, angry towards the women population, angry towards the men population. You don't even know what you are. When people from the real transgender community and they're really nice people. Do you understand? If they're a male, they're a male. If they're a female, they're a female. That's it. And they act correctly. These don't. These are the most unhinged characters on the internet. And you understand why my anger is very frustrating towards the likes of the other ones. So what they say about the kids and stuff like that, that's what gets to me the most. That's it. So forgive me, I am an alpha male. You know what I mean? I do lose my patience and temper sometimes, as we all know. But yeah, these people saying they're going to start smashing women in the face and punch them up and beat up Miss Red and punch Talia up and all that. And to me, biological women is not good because you're structured differently. You should literally be a lot more kinder, compassionate. If you want people to support you in your transition and support you for the likes of women's rights, but because you're doing it and acting that way, you are not going to get that support. Remember that. You're doing it to yourself. You're making people dislike you for who you are. And that's not fair because it reflects then onto other people because of who you are, because you're such big creators. You understand? You could never be an advocate. Ricksta, what's happening, Bear Grylls? Say, you can never be an advocate for the trans world because of how you are, Alpha Bar, and how you are to the other one. They could never be because people from the trans community, believe it or not, and we've got friends, cannot stand them because of how they act. And they brought it because it's not good, is it? You know, if you want to be a woman and you want to transition into a woman, then act like a woman. If you want to be a man and transition into a man, then act like a man. It's as simple as that. Otherwise, don't be... What you say, babe?
Can I
If you want to, babe, you won't be with me. You do act like a man. Don't start throwing fish shots at me. Don't forget to tap the screen. You tell them. So there you go. So in any kind of way, shape or form, that's not me. That's just me having an opinion. Everyone's got the right to have an opinion. It's a freedom of speech. I've just had my aggression towards the other person in the past. That's not aimed at anybody, just a specific person. Just remember that. Anyway, some other stuff I want to show you. Anyway, guys, I want to play you this video. I've got to play. It's on the FYP, and then I want my say. So listen to this.
So have this footage as well.
Don't know why they're still around. Just give them an injection. Goodbye. Life's not worth living if you're living it like that, isn't it?
Afternoon, Stace.
I know.
Right, everyone tap the screen, get the harmonies and breaks into,
Get rid
please.
of a lot of them.
Well, what contribution do you give to society, CLA? So, you know...
Let me just state something here, yeah. So obviously, you know, that person there has got a very, very vindictive and aggression towards CLA. Now, even though I don't agree with what CLA said, she said, the homeless people should be all, you know what I mean, injected and, yeah, get off the street. She sounded a bit like Ebenezer Scrooge. Remember he said that? But what CLA was trying to say, so everybody goes, what she was saying this, right? Because of the immigration at the moment and there's so many homeless people on the street, and they're uproar in Britain, she was basically aiming it at them, like they need to get off the streets and we need to do something. It's the kind that she was angry. Do you understand? She wasn't just saying it about war veterans or people who are in the army or anything, or people who really have lost their homes. She's talking about people who've come over here, come onto the streets to beg, to get benefits, and suck our system dry. Exactly what I was talking about last night. So the likes of her, right, talking about the CLA, how can she say anything saying, what do you provide to the system? Well, she provides entertainment. That's the first thing she does. And she does. She contributes a tax to our system, which she does. So, you know what I mean? So you can say anything about her when you're 100 times worse. 100 times worse than CLA could ever be. CLA could be homeless if the establishment removed her from her home. Exactly. But I'm going to show you another video, Anonymous. I'm going to show you.
While we're reducing the population, can you tell us what beneficial input you have to society?
What beneficial input do you have? You know what I mean? Let's fire it back. Let's fire it back.
Can you tell us, you know what I mean? So I could list about 5 things that I have recently done, even just to help people using my platform. So I'm valuable. But what about you? What do you even do for a single solitary soul?
Do you know when somebody bigs themselves up in their ego and tells everyone how great they are? Look how valuable I am. Do you know that's narcissism? You know what I mean? That's narcissism, even if I don't know if you will think, you know, it's crazy. I am so valuable. Look what I do for society. And look at all these people around me. They're nothing. They're nobodies. Do you understand what I mean? It's crazy.
Other than yourself, and nobody should give you a single penny.
Sweetheart.
Exactly.
Nobody should give you a single penny either. I'm not being blocky. I shouldn't. What, you speak the worst of the worst. I've never heard CLA mention children. Not in that kind of way anyway. No, never. Not in that way.
Lucy, I was homeless once. I come out of prison, and obviously I had undiagnosed ADHD, didn't I? And I spat.
God, here we go again. It's the old ADHD. You know. You know what I mean? Yeah. The reason you say the worst of the worst do the worst of the worst is because of the ADHD. Do you know how many people I've got with ADHD? No. And then, oh my God.
I rolled, and a fan of mine took me in, Sarah Byway. I'll never forget it. I'll go and see her one day.
That's it. Give Sarah Byway's full name so all the horrible people who hate her. Go start contacting Sarah Byway and her address and doxing where she lives and say you supported EQ because they don't like it. Big up for dropping your mate right in the net. Do you know what I mean? Because you know what the trolls are like. They'll be contacting her works, contacting the schools, where she works, her husband works and that because they don't like you. So big up you for dropping your mate in. It's Sarah Byway. Hi, Sarah Byway. Are you okay?
Her name's Sarah Byway, and she took me in, and I stayed on her couch and built me money back up and all that. And yeah, so I've been there. I remember I walked the shop round by where she lived, and I'd be looking at.
She walked the shop with Sarah Byway.
It was Christmas time and everyone had Christmas trees in the window and all that, and I was thinking to myself, God, I wish I had a house, because I had everything, but then I lost it because of the whole prison thing. I went a bit insane. 2017,
you went insane, and I don't think you ever came back to reality. I don't believe she got an idea. I think it's an excuse for her behaviour. She can't. Even if it was, she did have it. It's no excuse for her behaviour. We had Brooke in the live the other day, didn't we? And Brooke turned around and said straight, it's no excuse. She called her a grandiose narcissist. A grandiose narcissist which is one of the worst kind. She also called her the triad. Is it called the triad, guys? Where she's got all these different traits. Now Brooke has worked in obviously to hunt down peddlers. She's worked with the American government. She's she's a PhD qualified psychiatric nurse and psychiatrist. Do you understand? She knows everything. Dark triad, that's it. Dark triad. So that's what she said about her. Like, look at the eyes. Do you know what I mean? I'm not even being mean because I can't stand it, but that's just demonic, man. That's just some kind of evil. Yes, everybody, me. Look what I do. You know what I mean? It's like you are off your rocker. She said she lost it. She went nuts. I don't think she ever come back to reality ever.
Brittany, yeah. And then I just got it together after that, you know what I mean? And this is where I've ended up now, and being a much more well-rounded person. So the fact that she says this affects me personally too, you know what I mean? Because some people are not trapped. It's just victims of the circumstances, you know, and thankfully, you know, I managed to make money because I've got an amazing body and I did that at webcam. Oh yes, love.
We'll be having no more...
because she's on the FYP. Hey, listen, Nosy Rosie, right? If you're on the FYP and you're talking, you're going to get played. She's obviously talking about CLA and homeless people. If she isn't on there, then I'm not going to talk about it. It's as simple as that, and vice versa. Yeah, everybody. Anyway, let's go back to...
homeless.
I haven't...
So there you go. She's talking about CLA because what she said about homeless people, all right? And I know she was deflecting at immigration. But let's show you something that CLA once did.
Hey, brother, I don't know if that's your bed down there, but I put a Waitrose bag. There's hot soup that I've made, chicken. So, God bless you, brother. Well, I've done my duties, innit? Obviously, it's going to come in handy.
Like somebody who's a block pandy Tubster. Listen, I won't be Tubster for much longer because I'm in the gym every day. And I won't be Tubster in a couple of months. So kiss my backside. You're boring. Clean your knickers. Slag.
Soup's gorgeous. I don't think he realises, don't it? Well, yeah, at least, you know, God's watching. That's the most important. God is...
So basically, she's done a thing for the homeless in the past, hasn't she? She's done a lot. So when she goes on about that, she's just deflecting at immigration, and I understand that. I'm talking about rage baiting.
Send gifts to celebrate the Pope, Steph. Absolutely.
No, it's not that one, not that one. Anyway, she talks about Corey. Let's listen to what she says about Corey. I haven't listened to this. Thank you for the heart me's and bracelets, guys. Yeah, please keep sharing them. CLA, heart is in the right place. She's just wacky sometimes. She really is. Yeah, some people are just very clever and nasty. That doesn't excuse... I'm not saying it does, Kaz. I don't know. Some of her actions aren't good. I agree.
I thought me and Corey was friends. What does Corey do for me? Absolutely nothing. The guy's broke, can't even send no gifts. Sits there, yaps, gives people a headache. I'm gonna be around that guy for longer than fucking...
I agree with you. He does give people a headache. CLA wants gifts because the Pope died. Yeah, well, it's not very good, evil vampire. But if you don't get your art me in here quickly, you'll get blocked because you've got evil in your name. How about them apples?
In 10 minutes, darling, he'd start giving me a headache. He's flipping like a jack in the box. He's just an evil queen wannabe. That's why he's so much of a bundle. Oh, evil queen. Oh. You think she could care less, darling?
Oh, you can unmute evil vampire, please. She dropped a heart me, Louise. Get her unmuted, please.
Because like you either, yeah, exactly. So I already knew that he didn't like me anyway. I don't fucking like you, sweetheart. You gossip. You know, you sad individual. You absolute sadder. Imagine making an FYP page and sitting down and chatting about people because you're such a legend, Corey. The guy's the biggest clout chaser. You've got no...
I agree. He is the biggest clout chaser on TikTok, but I swear to God, he does well. I don't know how the fuck he does it. I don't know, man. It's just the trans community and the gay community do an awful lot more than the straight community. Because Ricksta could lucky about raise a tenner on TikTok. Do you know what I mean? And if I don't raise a tenner, I'm getting hated on. Do you know what I mean? That fucking Corey can say the worst of the worst, and so can the other one, and everyone loves him. Where's the fairness in that shit?
Content to give. You live in boring Wales. I'd rather watch the fucking...
I know, Louis.
And that's the reason you're so invested. That was it, because he's got no money in it, and it's his job now. I think I heard him say.
Hello, shall I?
I'll take all over these lot. If I start fucking chatting about all these lot, darling, like they're chatting about all of us, you'll know what time of day it is, sweetheart. I'll take over, darling. What about that, sweetheart? Because I'll come on here and do my fucking FYP and be like, right, this person's such and such, da 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 da. And I'll be a ruthless bitch, darling. I thought me and Corey was friends. What does Corey do for me? Absolutely nothing. The guy's broke, can't even send no gifts. Sits there, yaps, gives people a headache. I couldn't be around that guy for longer than fucking 10 minutes, darling. He'd start giving me a headache. He's flipping like a jack in the box.
Hey guys, I've got to go. All right, I'll be back at 9 p.m. tonight. This was just a trial run, guys. This was just a trial run. So I'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. I've got to do something. What's happening, Cherry Pie? I'll be back tonight at 9 p.m. with my usual slot. I'm sure he'll be arrested soon. I'm sure she will be. I don't know. I don't think she will. No chance. I hope the other one gets arrested, but definitely not her. Yeah, guys, I'll see you at 9 p.m. tonight, right? See you then. Bye-bye.